So I have a basic sequence going on here. Let's just play with that. We got drums over here coming from the Beatstep Pro, or at least triggering from the Beatstep Pro. We have some kind of like a little bit of a line here. I have a filter set up there so we can crank the resonance on that, add some boost, right? It's fun. We got Mimeophone over here doing delay and reverby stuff. Ooh, it gets really low. That is pizza. And I can push that from sine into sawtooth or down into a big square wave. Okay, and then we've got the main output of pizza coming out like here. And I have an ADSR coming from Baker, so that can go. That's just the D, same. And then the cool thing is I can have the offset up here on veils, and that is giving me all sorts of fun stuff. So let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna there is Rample giving drums, and there's the DJ filter in the Rample being controlled by the 3X MIA over here. Okay, here we go. steps. 5, try and do a little bit of a patch walkthrough here. I've got the Beatstep Pro, lots of gates coming from the Beatstep Pro. There's no pitch sequencing coming from the Beatstep Pro. That is all coming from the Varigate 4 Plus. If you'll notice this right here, this pen right here is the main one that's going to the pizza that's right next door. But this pattern is not consistently clocked, and that is the main idea behind this whole patch. It makes it so lively and different. Other interesting things happening, so the pizza is going right out to Veils, and 2 channels of that are going out to Veils. So we've got the main and we've got the oscillator, or the octave oscillator, going out. So there's some shifting that I do partway through the performance that is going from sine to saw to square, and that's just with the shape slider that's right down there. So that going to Veils. Veils I'm basically using as a performance mixer, like a little 4-channel performance mixer, if you know the WMD one. It's just really great to have mixing in sliders that go up and down. The other thing that I'm using on the Veils is the offset on the pizza channel, and that is creating a little bit more of a drone, so that the voice never really shuts off ever. Even though there's an ADSR, it's sort of like adding an additional sustain after the fact. And other than that, we have MCO here that is providing some of the kind of higher end kind of little details a little bit later on the performance, and that is just going out the regular out into the Veils. That the fun thing about this 4U case that I'm using here is there is an adder that is right here. 2 channels of an adder, actually, right? So what I'm doing with that to get stereo mixing, because I don't have a stereo mixer in here, I am mixing mono from Veils. Veils is going out to Mimeophone, just 1 channel on the left, and then Mimeophone is feeding out stereo, and that is going to each channel of this adder. And then I'm also feeding the Rample, which is doing all of our drum stuff, over to Veils, and that is going out and going on the stackable multed to both the left and right channel, and then that is just going out over here to the little ALM HPO. Okay, and that is the main part of the patch. Mimeophone is being modulated in a couple different ways, from envelopes with into the halo, which is a little bit of smearing on the delay, and then also the zone is being modulated, so the timing of the repeats is changing. See, every time the color of this changes, the timing of those repeats are changing. But the outs, another interesting thing that's happening is this is being clocked by, what is it being clocked by? It's being clocked by the clock out that's coming from the Varigate. So the same pattern that is feeding the pizza, that is clocking the Mimeophone. So that is also making inconsistent timing within the Mimeophone, but it's also trying to lock to that. So it's constantly kind of like wavering. It's not always consistent on those repeats, which makes it really, really interesting. I should have mentioned, MCO is going out to Carbon before it is going anywhere. This is a wonderful little filter. It's got a folder in there that I use, and then also just having quick access to the resonance and the FM amount is really great. I'm also feeding I don't know if you can see it, the volt per octave in there as well. That's an attenuated signal coming from, where is it coming from? From channel 2 here of the Varigate. So channel 1 of the Varigate is going to pizza. Channel 2 of the Varigate is going to the MCO and is also doing the volt per octave there. And that just means that I have a little bit of control over how open the filter goes depending on the note. And I can like adjust how much that is, or say if I wanted to inverse it and have just the low frequency notes come out, like open up the filter more and have the higher end ones just close off a little bit, so everything's like really it creates this really interesting short feeling for the high notes. I don't know if I use that in this patch, but sometimes I do that. Yeah, so that is basically that whole patch breakdown. Yeah, the baker right here is doing ADSRs that are being sent to the pizza, and that's just really, really fun to play with the decay and also the sustain. That's being fed into the FM index of the pizza, and that is super, super interesting when using that. There's one point where I'm just like riding on this knob, going back and forth, and it's just creating wonderful timbres that are like really gritty and like really aggressive. And then also right here I have the ring mod turned pretty high up. Yeah, that is the patch, but you can get a lot out of a 4 HP or a 104 case. This isn't even full with a Beatstep Pro, and that's what I'm doing.